All right, so I have, in my opinion, the holy grail of John Deere attachments. Here in my possession, finally, it's the John Deere 60 mid-mount blade for the X Series tractors. They don't make this anymore, so if you can find one, and you can find one for cheap, scoop it up, because you will not get a second chance. I bought this blade at a Ritchie Brothers construction auction. The blade came out of Denver, Colorado area. It's in fairly decent shape. It has been used. You can see a rub mark there, presumably from a tire, I'm not sure. I have no history on the blade. There is some type of a paint mark in here. I'm assuming Colorado 3 something 12, but I'm not sure. The only, there's 2 dents in it, I guess. There's one on the face of the blade, and if you can see right where that point comes down, and then you see that spot there. So the blade has a dent in the face of the blade, which is not a big deal to me, in my opinion. The underside of the push frame, there's some scratches, so again, it has been used. The corner of the blade has a little bit of a bend in it right there, but that'll be easy to fix. I can just take like an adjustable pliers and put it on there and bend that down. The back side of the angle tube here is kind of rusty just a little bit, probably from rocks and gravel and so on and so forth. I'm super excited to have this thing. I had to have it shipped from Denver to the Michigan area where I live, and I picked it up this morning. I've been in contact with the shipping company, and they said, "Yep, it came in this morning. We're unloading it now. You can come pick it up." So I was like, super stoked to go down and go get it. I only have to drive maybe a half hour to go get it from my house. The only thing I noticed when I picked it up is that the bolt here that holds the other side of the cylinder on was broke, which is literally no big deal. I have plenty of nuts and bolts, so I can replace that. No big deal. The only thing I do have to do on the X748, I do have to hook up the control for the mid-mount mower option. Those of you that follow the series will know what I'm talking about. So this is not a traditional, just a 4-spool hydraulic. It's actually I guess a 2-spool. It's a 4-spool. So those 2 spools right there are run by the joystick. You can kind of see it in the window there. And then you can see the yellow and the green on the handle. I have a second hydraulic spool in there, and the green one does the 3-point hitch, and the yellow one will do the mid-mount mower. So I have to hook that up. I have to hook the mid-mount mower one up, and then I'll be able to use this. So that's going to be kind of my next project, is getting that completed so I can use this, and I can try it out on my driveway. So let me flip it down a second, and I will show you the face of the blade. So here's the face of the blade. Fairly clean, a couple scratches and everything just from a little bit of gravel on it, or whatever it was used for. It was used, in my opinion, very minimal use, but it was used. So I probably am going to take the blade and take the cutting edge off, take the blade off from the frame, and sand that rust down and put some nice etching primer on it and put a couple coats of yellow paint on it just to freshen it up. Probably with new decals and everything. Fix that dent on it there. That's all it really needs. The push frame is fine, just the blade's in a little rough shape. But I paid on the auction, I believe was beginning of December. So, I believe it was somewhere around $275 for the blade. That was the auction price, and then with the fees and everything, it was just over $300. The shipping company I used, I went through a buddy of mine, and they were shipping another, like an excavator bucket up with this and a bunch of miscellaneous other things. So they tossed it on the trailer, and it was $100 to ship it from Denver to Holland. So, yeah, for I think $425 for a mid-mount blade. Considering the fact they don't make these anymore, I think I did pretty good. So it's not for sale. Don't ask. I'm not going to sell it. This is mine. I know of one. There's one on eBay. It's $800, and I believe it's pickup only, so you have to drive to Oregon. It's either Oregon or Washington State is where that one's at. So, but this one is not for sale. The kind of a quick little funny story. The guy that shipped this up here, the company that was unloading it, the guy knew immediately what this was, the guy that was unloading it, and he goes, this is the shipping guy explaining this to me. He's like, where did you get that? And the guy's like, oh, it's, came out of the Denver auction, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, he goes, is it for sale, or what's the story behind this thing? And he goes, no, it's sold. And he's like, does the guy want to sell it that has it, that bought it, and he's like, I don't believe so. He seemed kind of excited to get it up here, and very true story. I'm very, very, very excited to get this home, and yeah, I cannot wait to try it. I'm probably even going to try it on a couple of small snowstorms, just because I do this private drive here, and there's 2 houses behind mine, so probably going to do that too, just, honestly, just to mess around with it, just because. So yeah, like I said, I'm super excited to have it, and cannot wait to use it. Absolutely cannot wait to use it. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.